And how do you draw up the 0.5s and use them? The 0.5s are something only I do. Normally I've been using them as of late on wicks. So a big wick like this, and I showed this months ago. I will take that as a potential area to bounce from. Been pretty accurate as of late. So a lot of times I run stuff like that. Now you can do 0.5s of candles. You can do 0.5 of a move. All that stuff really plays, Jeff. I know you talk to Z enough to understand how the 0.5 works. It's just I use it on wicks. See, we sat around the 0.5 of this move forever. I mean, that's just kind of 0.5 of vector candles, 0.5 of fair value gaps. Anytime you get volume, 0.5 really, yeah, 0.5 of daily wicks. Yep. Yeah, you can use it as a structure. A potential bounce point, things of that nature. Yeah, Jeff. Yep. Or a weekly 12 month, yeah, 0.5 anything. I mean, any kind of structure, the 0.5 normally gets respected, believe it or not. Usually when you have a move up, you can consider a half move back down for a healthy retest. And normally that's going to be right where structure is if you grab it. Normally you're going to have structure. The reason that the 0.5 of fair value gap, single prints, vector candles, whatever you want to say, works is because it needs enough volume to push through a level or range. You know, I say like a office building or apartment building, right? If you look at the market that way, say that these are levels, right? First floor, next floor. I'll try to move them out just a little bit so you know which one's which, you know, stuff like this. So these are actually levels of, say, a apartment building or an office building, right? Think to yourself. And we'd have lines in there. I don't have to put the lines, but the black shows that those are where your lines are in between. So essentially, this is your floor, first floor, this is your ceiling, and then this is the next floor. So what happens every time? You're here, you're trading in this range, doesn't matter, and then you break. So you're going to get a break up here, you're going to come back down, you're going to test before continuing on this level, and you either hold or you don't hold on this level. Same thing, you come up here, hit the tops. I mean, this is just how price moves, right? So normally when you pull a fib, you're going to see that the volume that it took to break this level, right, is going to be your 0.5 back to that level. And that's going to be your retest. So it's just going to be structure at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just how the market moves. A lot of people look at it like even your tattoo pattern, right? So this number right here, retest, continuation, right? When you do that number there, people will even go as far as to say measuring from here to here is going to be the same as from here to here. You know, your ABCD pattern. Everything else, it's always the same. That's why the 0.5s work. Your levels are always going to be that way. If you have volume to push up, normally it's going to push up double what it was. So it's down, it pushes through, it's going to go as high as it was from the bottom. It'll retest that. That's vector candles, you know, fair value gaps, everything. You'll see that a lot. Okay, I'm watching your stream, Silent TA back and asking everything I want to completely understand. Oh yeah, no worries. I enjoy people asking questions, so it makes sense. But anyways, this is how the market moves, right? So essentially you only have two ways of movement, and that's why everybody always talks about, you know, your different patterns. You know, you're either going to go sideways like this, or you're going to break. Then you've got this number right here. So people will talk about M's, W's, things of this nature. Well, that's what you're looking at. You know, views, you got your M's. It's always the same thing over and over. Now, a lot of times an M will look something like this. So it breaks out here, comes down, and does this number right here. Why? Because you created another range, and then it'll break, you know, if you want to call it the nose of the M. Come back down. So these are always just kind of how it moves. But the big thing is ranges or levels or whatever you want to say. You want to keep track of what they are, because me and G Flocke were talking about this the other day. He wanted to know why I thought, you know, you're right here, you're doing this number, and then the price went like this, and it goes up here like this, and he can't figure out why it is that now I think short. And he's trying to short, you know, right here. He's trying to short right here. Why do I think short here? Normally you want good structure. So as you're building here, you want to break through here, right? Even if you go up the top, don't matter where you go. Let's just say halfway. You want to retest this structure before your next move up, you know? And I always call it steps. You want to retest this before moving. You know, think of it like foundation of a house. You want to make sure all these levels are retested. If they start, you know, extending with no retesting, that's normally when price will get up here, start consolidating and fall apart. And that's the difference between good structure and bad structure. You know, something build like this, let's just say, and you come back up, you retest, you come back up, you retest, and then all of a sudden you come up this far, make this, come like this. Well, you know now something's not right, and you should be looking for a short opportunity at this point, because if it breaks this level, which was the last level that you actually, let's say, held support or whatever you want to talk about, you're probably going to fall to here because there's no structure. You know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense to everyone. Just something to look at as price is moving, you know, just a way to look at price action. And again, you look at it with everything else, but you know what I'm saying.